Someone told me a long time ago, I don't remember who, I think it's maybe just a common understanding about first-time filmmakers is you tell what you know. And I'm still a very young filmmaker, and and also in documentary I think it's a great tool to really reflect sort of a personal story and tell something that's very, very deeply personal. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's two sides of the same coin. As a performer, as an actor, I have to allow myself to be vulnerable and raw in front of the camera, and it's not different sort of being making a film that you're sort of a subject in as well. So that was something that was hard to sort of ride that line, because as a director, and you do have the power to sort of remove all of the vulnerability, and you really rely on your editors and your producers to help gauge where that balance is. Well, when you set out to make a film that sort of turns the cameras on an industry of camera wielding paparazzi, I guess you can only expect for the cameras to yet once again be turned back on you, and that's kind of what happened in this film. It was turned on its head and then turned back on its feet and then back on its head again, and just so many layers of reflection. It's eventually you're going to look and see yourself reflected, and you may not like what you see, and it can be scary, but we embrace the danger of this adventure. I think that's something that all filmmakers grapple with, and documentary filmmakers in particular, because eventually you have to end the movie, you have to finish it. The story has to come to some sort of resolution, and often the resolution isn't obvious, and that's why I think documentaries take so long sometimes, especially discovery documentaries that aren't necessarily just informational, but they're about a real human story, and you have to have the patience and the persistence to make sure that you wait for the ending to come about. Yeah, it wasn't easy on both sides. It was difficult to get paparazzi interviews because they're defensive and concerned that you might be doing what they do to them. They might, they think that you're going to try and exploit them and, make fun of them like they do to you. And with the celebrities, it was difficult because it's such a taboo subject. No celebrity wants to sort of, lead that conversation because they're afraid of retaliation. So, it's very political in a lot of ways. There is this sort of underlying tension that I was really trying to diffuse. That was part of what my goal was to bridge that gap. You have celebrities, in defense and paparazzi, as these aggressors, and I was hoping to bring them together and show the human side of both. Yeah, I mean, I think the initial cut was about 4.5 hours, with Noam Chomsky waxing on for, forever. I was really sad to have to cut Noam Chomsky out of the film, because I wanted to say that I was the first guy to make a film with Paris Hilton and Noam Chomsky in the same, hour and a half. So that was very disappointing to me, but it was sort of a necessary thing, because, I've always been a fan of Noam Chomsky. I aspired to be Noam Chomsky at one time, just because he's awesome. I mean, he's just so cute and nerdy, and If I could grow up to be him, my grandchildren are gonna love it. But you know, I mean.